James Lewis of the Gruel and Truth Radio Network here with Matt Hoffman of Bleacher Creatures. So, Matt, tell us, what is a Bleacher Creature?
First of all, thank you for having me. A Bleacher Creature is what we call a plush figure. It's a cross between an action figure and a soft toy. So in most cases, people think of stuffed animals or teddy bears. This is really a combination of an action figure and a stuffed toy. They stand on their own. A lot of cases, Bleacher Creatures are real people, like athletes. We try to make them look like the athlete, but also look cute. They're great for selfies. They stand on their own. You can cuddle with them. They're a lot of fun.
Awesome. So if LeBron James or The Rock were a Muppet, it kind of...
That's how we started. Yes. The original idea with the business was if you took LeBron James and turned him into a Muppet, what would he look like? It's really evolved past that in regards to we do have a proprietary way that we designed these. It doesn't really look like, a Muppet from the show, but it looks like a plush that says, oh, that does look like LeBron James. I get it. I know who it is.
Exactly. It still captures the essence of the athlete, and but it also has that fun side to it, it sounds like.
Well, that's the idea.
So
we want to bring all we know doing a good job is when somebody sees a Bleacher Creature and they smile. If they're smiling, we know we're doing something right.
That is awesome.
If they're crying, then we have a problem.
Exactly. So what organizations do you all work with?
Our key licenses for Bleacher Creatures include the NBA and the NBA Players Association, the NHL and the NHL Players Association, then all the legends. We have WWE, and then in Europe we do a lot of different soccer players. So Real Madrid, Paris Saint-Germain, FC Barcelona, guys like that.
Excellent. And then I see you also do mascots.
We do. That's a big part of our business. And, there are other people that do some mascot plush. We really try to authenticate it. So if we take a mascot, we want it to capture also the essence of what it looks like because it's an important brand. It's an important character for the team.
Excellent. Any word if we're going to be getting any? Because I see you do Rocky. Any word that they're going to have Creed?
So no plans to do Creed right now. We do Rocky and original Rocky series. Our headquarters are right outside Philadelphia, so we're a little partial to Rocky. We're big fans. So we do Rocky and Apollo, Creed. We do Ivan Drago and Clubber Lang. We're actually talking to Tommy Morrison, who was Tommy Gunn's wife, about maybe doing a Tommy Gunn. No plans on the movie Creed, but it's always an open conversation.
Oh, that would be phenomenal if you end up doing a Tommy Gunn. We end up on the Gruel and Truth. We've had her on the show several times. She is a phenomenal lady and just really wants to get the story out about her husband. So I think that would be great if you all ended up doing something like that.
Yeah, we're working on it. We've prototyped it. We get everybody on board and see if we can get everything signed off. But that is the project we're working on.
Excellent. So with that, from time to time, is there like a year lineup kind of thing? Like I know with LeBron and some of the players trading teams, or is it just as is, or is there like a yearly, like a big announcement or a semi-annual announcement?
So it depends on where we are with each license. For WWE, that one's a little more set. We really come out with 2 different series each year. One right around WrestleMania and then one before holiday. For the other sports leagues, it's hard to predict that LeBron James is coming to the Lakers. We knew he's a free agent, so we had to plan accordingly. So that was a big release. So every year before the season, we generally come out with our new players that we're adding to the roster. For the NBA this year, Donovan Mitchell we thought was really worthy to extend out. Victor Oladipo on the Pacers had a great year, so we added him. Obviously, LeBron on the Lakers. So, we generally, it depends on the performance of players, and they sort of have to be worthy of being Bleacher Creatures.
Exactly. So it's not just anybody. It's the best of the best, it sounds like.
Yeah. I'll if you want, I'll have a quick story. We do get calls from time from athletes who want to be Bleacher Creatures.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I
And
definitely want to hear this. Yes.
well, so this is one I always like to tell. This is a while ago when we first started the business, but we were maybe in our second or third year, and we got a call from an agent who said, my client wants to be a Bleacher Creature. I said, oh, who's your client? He says, his name's Richard Sherman on the Seahawks. I said, I'm not really familiar with Richard Sherman. He's like, no, he's a good player. I said, well, I'll tell you what, I'm working with the Seahawks now, and let me talk to them and see if they want to add Richard Sherman to some of the other players are doing, like Russell Wilson. So I called the Seahawks. They're like, oh, Richard's a great guy. Yeah, we'll totally add him. I was like, okay. So we added Richard Sherman. Didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
By the end of the year, they won the Super Bowl. He screamed in the TV during the championship game. He was doing podcasts on his own and having his Bleacher Creature next to him during the show. So you just never know who's going to sort of hit the Bleacher Creature level.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, and it sounds like a great partnership there. Like you said, I mean, he ended up going on to win the Super Bowl and then having his character on the show. Well, that is great. That is phenomenal. Now, you mentioned with WWE, they do the 2 releases a year, the WrestleMania. So we're getting close to that. I mean, it ain't real close, but WrestleMania, I know, is coming up in the near future. So, do they already got I know you probably can't give us the secrets and anything like that, but they probably already had the list and all that stuff getting ready?
We're still finalizing it, believe it or not, and we'll probably still launch a little after WrestleMania this year, just based on the timing, because we have a pretty good assortment of the key entertainers for WrestleMania in stock, but there are some developments, and there's some things that we're waiting on, too, and we're having conversations. Like, we were really inspired by the Andre the Giant documentary on HBO, so do we want to add Andre the Giant, which I think would be great.
Oh, yeah.
We're waiting for the status of Hulk Hogan and what's going on with him and his relationship. It's another one that we've had success with in the past, so we're still sort of working through it. I actually think we'll probably release it in May this year, so a little bit after WrestleMania.
Oh, okay, so a little bit after. But, yeah, I mean, like you said, you've already got, some of the biggest names out there. You got The Rock, you got Ronda Rousey, you got John Cena, you got Hardy's, Finn Balor, who is looking like he's going to get a huge push, and then Brock Lesnar, who does a little bit of everything with the UFC and the WWE. So, yeah, it sounds like some great stuff.
Absolutely. We've been really happy, not only that WWE fans have really grasped and like Bleacher Creatures, but that the talent has liked it as well, and they've been really supportive, taking pictures for us and being involved. It's a great organization. We're really happy to be partners with them.
Oh, definitely. And then, like you said, reaching back to get the legends like Andre, and they've had so many iconic characters over the years. They're just unlimited potential there, so that's great. Are there any other sports that you're considering?
Not in a major way. Soccer is important to us. We generally like licenses that are international licenses that you can sell around the world. There's probably some soccer icons that are international. I know in the U.S. it's not as big a deal, but they're probably the ones we're focused on. But we're probably, in my cases, looking towards more entertainment properties in regards to things that we're adding.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I was going to say, not that you could say, but I know people love the Stooges, or I'm a big Marx Brother fan. So if you had a Bleacher Creature of Groucho Marx, well, gosh, you would have to sign me up for that. Now,
nice, and those are good ones.
Now, the way I understand it, you do more than just Bleacher Creatures. You do the Uncanny brand. So what's the Uncanny brand entail?
Yeah, so Uncanny Brands is our master company, and basically we have a bunch of different brands that are in pop culture, and our goal is to be in categories that are really hard to do, that are unique, and that fans of that pop culture are going to be passionate about. So we actually have 3 live brands right now. Bleacher Creatures is one, which we talked about. Mm-hmm. We have our Uncanny brand appliances, where we do pop culture appliances. So it's everything from a Darth Vader toaster with the head of Darth Vader to we take the Stanley Cup and make it into a popcorn maker. We do, for Marvel, a Groot waffle maker. So that is a great business. We're passionate about that. We have great partners there. And then last year we launched Phenom Gallery, which is a fine art company, And basically the idea of that is taking special events and doing limited edition artwork. I think when people go to sporting events now, it used to be when I was younger that you would keep your ticket and save it and be sort of a collectible. Well, in this day and age, people use their phones, right? They use apps for their tickets, or they print it out on their printer, and it's not something you keep. So limited edition artwork to help you remember the event is something we're really excited about. They're all numbered and hand-signed, and they're limited. So it's sort of like a giant trading card, but it's also a piece of art, and we use great artists for that. So, NHL, we're working on a couple right now for the Stadium Series outdoor game, working on All-Star game. We're doing it for the postseason for a bunch of teams. And we have entertainment properties, too, like Jurassic Park and different things like that.
Oh, wow.
And then we'll be launching this summer a fourth brand, which is called Victor Keepsake. Pretty excited about it. I haven't really talked about it to anybody. This will be a first, but we'll be launching replica championship rings for the NHL and NBA. And we're also going to be launching official championship belts for the NBA and NHL, which I think is going to be massive.
Oh, that's going to be huge. Yeah, I was going to say you see a lot of the athletes nowadays carrying around that WWE, WWF, carrying around those type of belts, when they celebrate the Super Bowl, when they celebrate the NBA Finals, the NHL, the World Series. And then for you all to have that, for the fans to be able to purchase and participate in that's phenomenal.
Yeah, especially after they see the players with it after they win. They'll be limited editions also and numbered. And, we think they're going to be important collectible.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, like you said, with them being limited edition, I mean, that just is going to make more people want them, and just that exclusivity, which is really phenomenal. Like you said, with the art pieces as well, the collectability of something that, doesn't get watered down. Because unfortunately, big baseball, football card, basketball card fan back in the day, but it got watered down at some point where there just were too many of them. But you're right, if with the exclusivity and just the specialness of those items that you mentioned, that sounds great.
Yeah, we're pretty excited about it. Thank you.
Welcome. And then, one of the sponsors of our show is Appliance Factory in Mattress Kingdom. I'm definitely going to have to mention that Uncanny brand of appliances to them, because that sounds like something that would be perfect for their store. Like you mentioned, all the different types of options that they have to celebrate their fandom, but also incorporate that into a kitchen. That sounds great.
Yeah, please tell them about it. Maybe we can give you a commission.
Oh, wow, that'd be nice. I was going to say, any new innovative things with that Uncanny brand that are going to be coming out soon? Anything with like a glove for Infinity Wars or anything like that?
So, we have like two different levels of appliances that we do. We have our Halo appliances, where they're really highly detailed and designed. So the big one we released last. By the way, pardon those airplanes. My office is literally next to a runway at a small airport, which I love watching the planes take off, but when I do a podcast, sometimes they interrupt. So I apologize to the listeners. So we do these icon appliances. So like last year for Star Wars, we launched a fully articulated Millennium Falcon. So in your kitchen, you can have a Millennium Falcon sitting there, but it also is a waffle maker, and it makes a waffle of the Millennium Falcon. So Marvel's a new license for us. We're actually launching officially next month. The first thing we're doing is pretty basic. It's a Captain Marvel toaster that will be before that film comes out. But during the year, some of the cool items that we have, we're doing an exclusive at Box Lunch gift stores, which will be a Groot waffle maker, which will make a waffle that looks like Groot. And then it will lead all the way to our really highly decorated Spider-Man toaster that will pop up, Spidey signal up on the toast.
Nice. That is phenomenal. So before we let you go, where on social media and the web can fans check out Uncanny Brands, Bleacher Creatures, and the other ones that you have?
Yeah, sure. So for Bleacher Creatures, you can go to www.bleachercreatures.com. All our social media is at bctoys.com. For Uncanny Brands, you can go to uncannybrands.com. Get your appliances. And then our social media is Uncanny Brands for that. Phenom Gallery, which is the artwork we talked about, is phenomgallery.com. and it's at Phenom_gallery. So, yeah, please send us comments of things you'd like to see, or if you have any questions, we're happy to answer them.
That is phenomenal. Thank you, Matt.